Week 3 SFLm action continues this evening in New Mexico as the Albuquerque Adams host the Tacoma Grizzlies. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and joining me in the booth, the man that severely underestimates the spicy level of his Indian food, he is Gerald Smith. Excuse me, I can't even read. You're watching the simulation. I was looking at you for your reaction. You're watching the simulation football minor league presented by APM Music on YouTube. Gerald, how are you doing this evening?
Apparently, I'm doing fine. The spiciness was too much for you, apparently.
It was too much for me eyes. They're watery now. I can't see anymore. It's okay. It's why it took us a little bit longer to get to the booth. But, hey, listen, we got Albuquerque. We've got Tacoma. Both teams came off a loss last week. Albuquerque 0-2 to start the season. A little surprising there. The community voted. They think that Albuquerque's going to win this game, but they haven't won one yet. What are the keys to victory for these teams?
Well, both of them coming off a loss last week, they're going to have to get their feet kind of put in the ground here and kind of get going, especially for Albuquerque, right? The three-time champion Albuquerque Adams. They're going to have to somehow try and recapture, something they kind of did back in those championship seasons and being able to put their offense and defense together. And historically, they have been one of the better defenses across the SFLm for a very, very long time. But, Tacoma's looking to get back in the win column after their Week 1 win and Week 2 loss, and we're going to see how it goes.
All right, well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. We'll get down to the field where Tacoma will start off on offense. Albuquerque in some very bright green, and Tacoma in the polar opposite. That's how you can tell them apart tonight, Gerald.
I think we can call that radiation green.
Radiation green.
Radiation green.
It kind of looks like that Ninja Turtle goo that's in the...
That's what I'm saying. That's the
things.
ooze.
The ooze. King Jackson is the quarterback for Tacoma. Saunters his way to the line to get things started for us tonight from their own 24-yard line. Deep drop by Jackson. Pressure on its way, wrapped up and sacked. That is how the first play goes. He is brought down in the backfield for a huge loss, Gerald. A loss of 11.
Yeah, and here they are. They're starting out big. But seemed like Tacoma was going for a home run on play one, being able to drop back that far. Looked like he was going deep, but couldn't find anybody open. And, they come away with a sack right there in Albuquerque.
Second down and 21. Jackson in the gun. Fires over the middle and gets a nice completion. And a big gain up to the 28-yard line. Third down and 6 for Tacoma, the starting offense. King Jackson is the quarterback. Ben Jackson is the halfback. Wide receivers are Andrew Gibson, Rob Hunt, and Zorro Lunar. The tight end, Inat Ireland. Third down and 6. Jackson back to throw, deep pass down the middle, and it's not picked off. I thought it almost was. Nope, it's Gibson off to the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Tacoma. And what started off as a very terrible-looking drive, Gerald, turns into 6.
Yeah, and here we are, 72-yard touchdown strike on the third play of the drive right there. Gibson able to get behind the secondary for a second touchdown on the season, and they started out pretty good right here after 3 plays being able to put their team on top. We'll see how Albuquerque is going to answer here.
All the way down the field, started at their own 24, 76 yards later into the end zone after a 3-play, 76-yard drive, capped off with the Andrew Gibson touchdown. Paul Trent on for the extra point try. And barely a minute into the game, just a little over a minute into the game, Tacoma already up 7-0 here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. Albuquerque will get their shot on offense. Now kick returned by Bob Wood up to the 30-yard line. Decent starting field position for the Adams. Ty Patak, quarterback for the Adams. The halfback is Josh Slapp. Wide receivers, Sam Harrison, Joe Idle, and you just saw Bob Wood. Thomas LeClaire is the tight end. That is starting roster for Albuquerque. On first down, Patak swings this one out to the right. Gets it into the hands of the fullback, Gladwin Sky. Sky was apparently upset we didn't introduce him with the starting roster and said, throw me the ball, I want to show him that I'm here.
Right off the bat, he's like, hey, even guys like that come right off the couch can make plays. Watch this. Get some 7 yards.
Second down and 3. Attack under center, hands the ball off. This time going to Josh Schlapp. He'll actually lose a yard on the play. Wrapped up by Moxie Crawford, the outside linebacker, the starting defense for the Tacoma Grizzlies. Defensive end, Darko Young. Inside linebacker, Sonny Sky. You just saw Moxie Crawford. He's the outside linebacker. There he is, still on the screen. Nano Matthews is the corner. King Bradford is the free safety. Tigga Clay, the strong safety. 3 wide receivers set now on 3rd down and 4. Patak over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Was trying to get it to Bob Wood, but well defended by the Grizzlies. 4th down.
Yeah, that guy came just kind of cut right in there and kind of almost jumped the route right there. And here it is, 4th down. Yeah, that's not how you want to start your drive, right? You start out 0-2 right there. Like to start the season, you got to kind of get something under you there and kind of get the ball moving. Actually, get something positive going for you, right? You're 0-2. You gotta flip one in the win column.
Yeah, and you had asked, can Albuquerque respond after that 3-play touchdown drive by Tacoma on their opening possession? And so far, the answer is no. But they are here at home. They know the winning formula. It's just a matter of getting it executed. Zorro Lunar with the return up to the 29-yard line. King Jackson back out onto the field through a touchdown on drive 1. Let's see what they can do on drive number 2.
Yeah, and I'm surprised I hadn't even seen them kind of run the ball yet. Them having Ben Jackson, back there and averaging 6 yards a carry so far this season.
And there he is. See how many he can get on this first play. Gets 4 as he rumbles forward up the middle. 2nd down and 6. The starting defense for the Albuquerque Adams defensive end, Evan Miller. The inside linebacker, Trent Windsor. Outside linebackers, Jesus Smith and Luis Quintana. The corners, Tavius Gordon, Jadubi Dew. The safeties, Alex Marshall, Al Ingram III, and Melodious Manning. Deep drop once again by Jackson. And toe dragging on the sideline, Zorro Lunar.
And they're doing such a good job so far right now, right? Just being and they've had mix it up, especially this drive, them going deep. On the last drive, looked like they wanted to go throw 2 deep passes out of the 3 they threw on the last drive. They had a run here and they had a pass right here. Now it's 3rd and manageable, especially with the Ben Jackson back there averaging 136 yards a game rushing right now.
Well, they're going to give it to him, see what he can do. The defense tries to stop him but can't do it. Pushes forward, gets the 1st down.
Ben Jackson, 5'10", 210 pounds, carrying 2 defensive linemen for about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down.
He sure did. They grabbed the hold of him behind the line of scrimmage by a good 1.5 yards.
2 guys?
Yeah. King Jackson now in the gun. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, calling an audible at the line. 4 down linemen for Albuquerque. A quick out route. Nets them 3. Rob Hunt with the catch.
And that's King Jackson, right? Him returning from last season right here, having a veteran presence as a quarterback, being able to read the defense and knowing, right off the bat, kind of recognizing that coverage, knowing he was going to have, somewhat of a shot, a hot short route right there for his guy, and he called that audible and get his guy to run that out route to pick him up, a few yards on 1st down.
2nd and 7, play action. Jackson, pressure got to him again. 2nd sack of the game for Moses Marksman. Excuse me.
It's a 2nd sack for him, and Looked like King Jackson wanted to do a little bit of that Lakeman shuffle thing there, but he kind of shuffled his way right into a sack right in that one. But, you know, it ain't called the Lakeman shuffle for nothing. The Lakeman made that thing. Hey, and Lakeman was able to do it without getting sacked, too.
He did, yeah. He did it with style, pizzazz, and stayed on his own 2 feet. No drop that time by Jackson. Pressure gets to him again. Gets the pass off. Falls incomplete. Terry Saunders with the pressure. They'll have to punt as well.
The blitz coming right up the middle. That was an excellent blitz, right? Coming off that safety blitz and right off the edge and coming right up the middle. Right. The guy's small enough to get lost in the shuffle and everything else. Come in there and kind of put, you know, a shot right to the chest of Jackson there and force a punt.
Punt nearly blocked. Albuquerque coming for it that time. Bob Wood standing back at the 26, gets it up to, wow, they'll spot it up at the 30-yard line. Thought that might get marked down at the 29, but no, 30-yard line. We'll see what they can do on this one. Ty Patak back out at quarterback. Returning from last season, 3 players on the Albuquerque roster returning from last season with Patak, Slap, and Marshall. Sounds like a law firm. A questionable law firm, but a law firm nonetheless. Who's your lawyer? Oh, yeah, it's that guy from Patak, Slap, and Marshall. Anyway, Patak back to throw. Gets the pass out, complete to Sam Harrison. Gains 8, 2nd and 2.
There we are. Look, and it's a good start to the drive. You pick up 8 on first down, you know, getting the ball out pretty quick and being able to, you know, at least make it, you know, if you don't pick it up here, you have 2 shots to get 2 yards right here, right? Having, you know, a fairly good running back averaging over 100 yards a game, I think it's pretty good right here. Pretty good chance you better pick this up.
Takes the handoff, falls almost across the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and inches. Slap getting up to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, and look, if the fullback would have noticed the linebacker before, linebacker Sonny Sky, if he'd have noticed him right before he kind of ran past me, could have picked up that block, and we could have looking at serious yardage by Josh Slap on that one.
Defensive line shifting for Tacoma. Attack back to throw. Gets it out to Slap. Gets the first down and more. Makes like 3, 4, 5 men miss all the way down to the 26. Oh, Gerald, I didn't think that was going to work. I think I saw you shake your head like, oh, what are they doing?
I was like, dude, why you want to throw it that far in the backfield?
That's what I was saying.
When you got Slap and Patak, I guess they know what's going on. Look at the blocking right there.
That blocking was what did it for him.
And Slap was able to catch it and kind of just kind of turn on the burners right there.
A great play by Albuquerque to move the chains, keep the drive alive, now inside of field goal range. James Humphreys anxious to get out on the field himself. I'm sure he'd rather be kicking the extra point than a field goal. We'll see how this drive plays out. Play action. Oh, goes up top. Gets it into the hands of Harrison. Looked like a lot of contact there, Gerald.
Oh, they playing physical right there, right? That corner stayed right on the edge.
The ref just ate it, too.
Yeah, they don't need to be on the field anyway. Get out of the way, Stripes.
Back to the zoo, Zebra. That's offensive.
No, it's not.
All right, cool.
They deserve it.
I got nervous. I want to get canceled. Patak under center. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Short drop and swings it out to Slap. Spins and gets up to the 8-yard line. 2nd down and 5, and with 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter, we'll go into the hurry up.
Yeah, and that was a very good game. They like the matchup that they see right here.
Another deep drop. Oh, kind of sidearms it up top. Gets the catch. 3rd down and inches as he steps out of bounds. They want to stick in this formation, though, Gerald. Keep that defense on the field. They're back to the line already. Patak, now he's going to take his time and change up the play call.
And that's a veteran presence right there. He's seeing how they're lining up, and he's changing the play.
Patak looks, fires, back corner of the end zone, tipped and nearly picked off. It's incomplete. And on 4th down and inches from the 3, they got a decision to make.
See, and I definitely seen what they noticed right there, right? So Patak saw that the inside wide receiver there was not covered. So he changed the play to try and get him run that corner route. But what he doesn't realize was that the guys were ready for it and playing somewhat of a deep zone. and they was able to knock the ball down and force this. Here it is, 4th and inches.
Yeah, have the offense out there. I'd go for it if I was them. We'll see if they're just trying to draw them off sides as the play clock ticks down. Looks like indeed they are just trying to call them off sides, but a well-disciplined Tacoma defense stands pat. Timeout called by Albuquerque, and James Humphreys trots out onto the field for the 3-point try.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm, I don't think I'm mad at the 3rd down play, right, and a P-Tac change in the play because he saw the matchup, got the matchup he wanted, but the defense just played it well. He didn't have really nowhere else to go with the ball. Defense played it well, been able to knock the ball down, but like you said, I would have liked to seen him kind of go for that. Your inches, and you've had such a successful drive so far.
Slap could have gotten that. I mean, you just have to give him the ball and fall forward. What is really no different than an extra point try is up and good, but it counts for 3. Tacoma now leading by 4 as Albuquerque gets some points on the board. Visit the all-new league website presented by Football Shift at simulationfl.net, featuring all the league highlights, photo galleries, playoff and minor league stats, and leaderboards, community content, and so much more. The all-new league website at simulationfl.net. Tacoma will get the ball back. They take it at their own 22-yard line. Shout out to those of you in the chat who are joining us tonight. King Enderman, Joseph Guy Clausen. I don't think there's a game that Joseph Guy Clausen misses, Gerald. I see him in every chat of every game we've ever done.
He must have like a gazillion PCs just like right in front of him because he's commenting this
everywhere.
chat, commenting the other thing, man. He is what the SFL is all about, I tell you.
Justin Reside, Switch Thumper, Plain Belief, and so many more. Appreciate you all being here. Is that run up the middle? Good for only a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Tacoma scoring on their first drive, Gerald. They had to punt on drive number 2. Now Albuquerque has some points on the board. They want to score and keep that lead strong.
And it looks like they're taking a different approach on this drive than what they did the previous 2 drives with the way they were passing the ball.
Hands the ball off to Ben Jackson. Met at the line, wrapped up and brought down. Great play by Jesus Smith.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Ben Jackson saw there, right? I think if he'd have hit
green.
The edge.
He saw green.
Yeah, but there's also green on the ground. I don't know. Did he get confused or like?
That's
I don't know.
just grass.
It's like one of those neon lights. Like that's why they put neon lights. It's like people are drawn to it. Maybe that's what that was.
5 wide receiver set. Jackson. Oh,
whoa!
Floats it over the middle, and it is picked off. Pays the price on that one. Just kind of put that one up for grabs, Gerald. And Jadooby Doo gets the pick.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Jackson saw. I guess he was expecting the DB to kind of pull off and maybe cover a different guy, and he just kind of threw it up there. It wasn't, it's more, I don't know. I can't even call that a 50-50 ball in the trajectory that was thrown, but that was nothing I would really expect a quarterback to do, especially in that situation. I mean, you're giving them the ball back right here in plush territory.
Type attack throws over the middle and almost gives it right back. I guess he likes the look the defense gave him, though, because even on that incompletion, they're sticking with the hurry up.
Yeah, and I think they're playing matchups here.
Deep drop by Patak, throws over the middle, and I don't know what match. Gerald, I don't know what they're seeing. Both of those last 2 passes were touched by Grizzlies.
The tight end was open early. He threw it a little bit too far. He waited too late to throw it.
See what they do on 3rd down. Stepping
Whoa,
up,
look at him go!
Patak off to the races. Oh, he couldn't get the first down. Yeah, he had some wheels.
I don't think I've seen a quarterback run, but look at him. He's so fast. We're watching on a second monitor.
My goodness.
Patak turned on the Jets. I guess he saw everybody was running deep on that. He's like, I'm going to just let him go back deep, and I'm going to run right up the middle.
So keep that in mind. Teams that are looking to draft him, if you need a running back, maybe he could
maybe
he
can
threat.
do that. Yeah,
can play tight end perhaps.
And Patak's got a good running back size, 6 foot, 221.
Yeah, there you go. Long field goal try coming up by Humphreys here. And he makes it. So the scramble forward by Patak wasn't enough to get the first down, but it did get him in field goal range, and Humphreys able to put the ball through the uprights, cuts the lead down to only a point.
Yeah, and it was he made that kick look easy. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure did, yeah. That's major league caliber right there.
Yeah, and that alone will get you on a team kicking the ball like that far.
Making a 48-yarder look like a chip shot. That's Chaz Blackwater better be on watch over in the Mexico City. Guy can kick a little farther, I think.
Yeah, man.
Why do I gotta throw shade at my own kicker?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna say nothing about my kicker.
Love you, Chaz.
The kicker in Louisiana is a 2-time Special Teams Player of the Year.
Whoa.
I don't want that guy going nowhere.
We got fancy stuff over there.
Yeah, we got a few things there. Just a few.
First down and 10. Tacoma getting another shot at it. Unable to capitalize on both of their last two drives. See what they can do on this one. King Jackson steps up into the pocket, finds a wide open receiver. Damon James gets the 8-yard gain. Chaz Blackwater, one of the draft picks that we had last season. And Gerald, we talked about it in the last game that we called last week. You know, this is a great opportunity for coaches, owners, GMs around the league to scout upcoming players. And I remember we called a game with Chaz Blackwater as the kicker. And, I talked to Ramos right after the game, said, hey, I think I found a guy. It's hard to replace a veteran like Cole Varner when he retires, but, it's great to be able to see these players in the minor league showcasing their talents, getting ready for the draft.
Yeah, Cole Varner, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't he some sort of a Hall of Famer or something?
Heck yeah,
like
man.
That?
Yeah.
So Hall of Fame kicker, yeah, you just don't replace those guys with just anybody, but, I think you guys picked up a pretty good one, though.
Sure did. Absolutely. Fullback handoff. Goes for a short gain, but enough of a gain. Dwayne Will, the fullback, getting the first down as the final minute of the first quarter ticks away.
And speaking of rookies and everything else, we're looking at right here, right as I bring up that thought, King Jackson's stats right there, got a 113 passer rating with a touchdown. I mean, the way he's been displaying himself right there, like in the passing game, is something that can definitely, teams will take notice.
Absolutely. 3-yard gain on first down sets them up with a 2nd and 7 from their own 36. Will probably be the final play here of the first quarter. Quarter number 2. Right around the corner. 7-6. After the first, Grizzlies 7, Adams 6. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League, presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on production. King Jackson. He's the quarterback. He's the one with the ball. He's under pressure again. Hit and dropped. He's been hit a few times tonight, Gerald. This time, Nigel Creek with the sack.
Yeah, and he came in so fast. If you watch him, he just kind of came in looking on second monitor. He got by the center so fast that by the time King Jackson had just starting to go through one read, he had to kind of try and bail himself out, but defensive lineman was it just stayed right on top of me. He wasn't faked out by the little move.
They had a 2nd and 21 at one point in the game. See what they can do on this 3rd and 16. Deep down the left side, but well defended. It wasn't necessarily a bad throw, maybe a little bit short, but Tavius Gordon with the defense getting it done.
I think it was very, very good adjustment by Mr. Gordon there, being able to actually find the ball. You seen him turn back real late. Actually, he almost looked like he got turned around. He turned his head one way and then turned it back the other way to be able to find the ball. Very good concentration for him to keep concentration on the ball and be able to knock it down so the receiver didn't grab it.
So 3 drives in a row now, Gerald. They were not able to capitalize. They marched right down the field on the opening possession. 3 plays, 76 yards, getting a touchdown. And back-to-back drives, not able to get it done. Albuquerque, on the other hand, they haven't been able to find the end zone yet, but they did score on 2 drives. If they're able to get any points on this one, they'll take the lead.
Yeah, and they're actually in pretty good field position right here, right at their own 37 right here. Just to be able to get themselves in a position maybe to kick another field goal. I mean, you need to put touchdowns on the board, but I mean, anything that you need to do to get yourself in a position to win a game, them being 0-2, which is not, a thing you hear about Albuquerque over the course of their life.
Attack gets it down to the left. Joe Idle with the catch, gains 7. 2nd down and 3, and it's these, short, efficient plays like this that's been getting Albuquerque down the field, getting them in field goal range so far.
Yeah, and that's just a way to be able to get a rhythm, get your quarterback in a rhythm, get everybody in a rhythm, be able to just kind of calm themselves down, right? Because, I mean, they feel like time's running out. You're 0-2, and everybody else, just about everybody else got to win their column already. Slap
gets the ball, gets the first down, spins past one tackler, and then gets knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
I like what Slap did right there, right? Once he got the ball, he actually held it tight, make the loser until he hit that spin move on him, and actually picked himself up a couple of extra yards there. So, look, both these teams are playing pretty good right now, man. They actually got a dogfight happening here.
Yeah, absolutely. 1-point ball game here in Albuquerque. Attack under center on 1st down, short drop. Another out route down to the bottom. Once again, dink and dunk. It's not a flashy offense, but it's one that's getting it done. Joe Idle with another catch.
So, yeah, 7 yards. I wouldn't call that a dink or a dunk, right? But I would say that's really productive, right? I think a dink and a dunk is under 5 yards. That's what I call dink and dunk.
Right.
So that's what I do.
Well, they only need a dink and or a dunk to get the first down. So we'll see what they do on this play.
And they don't do either.
No, they hand it. Oh, look at that stretch
look at that.
forward. There you go. See, that's what gets you drafted, Slap. A little stretch to get the first down.
Yes, man. He knew he was going down, but he's like, look, man, let me fight through the arm tackle of this kid right here and just dive forward. Oh, man, that's excellent stuff right there. Look, and I really do think that they know it. They got eyes on him. Like they're all looking for these spots to be able to, be able to take in these pros.
Slap gets the handoff again. Oh, has a block. Look at that spin move. Gets inside the 20 and all the way down to the 12. Oh, some key blocks set that up, but Slap got it done with the moves.
25-yard run right there. And he had good blocking, right? Let his guys come out in front. Let his guys pick up blocks and just navigate it through. And then once he found the clear green, he just hit it. Boom, block there. And now, right there. Holy cow. That was good blocking.
King Jackson in the chat says, last season I didn't get sacked till week 6. Albuquerque's been letting them have it tonight here in week 3. See if his offensive line can keep him upright when Tacoma gets back out on the field on offense. But right now, Albuquerque getting closer to the end zone. Once again, Slap gets the ball, spins, gets down to the 6. And I kind of like that Albuquerque has canceled the no huddle. Take your time, get back in the huddle, figure out your play. The hurry up did not pay off.
Well, I can just imagine a discussion after the first 2 drives that they had on the sideline where their head coach is like, "Hey, look, man, you need to stop doing that. I know you think you're seeing something, but it's not working out right now. Let's just get back to what we know we can do."
Short drop by Patak goes up top, out route, steps out of bounds at the 2, at the 4, 3rd down and 2. Gerald, we saw a 3rd and, ultimately ended up being a 4th and inches down in this territory. See what they can do to try to punch this one in. They can get the first down without scoring.
So it started out with a dunk to the running back, and now that was just a dink to one of their wide receivers. Now they can either have a dink or a dunk, and it should pick them up, maybe even a touchdown.
Maybe a type attack scramble. Nope, short pass over the middle. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Albuquerque. They finally find the end zone, and how else do you do it? Hashtag throw it to the tight end, Kyle Ferdinand, for 6.
And what better way to finish off that 3rd drive? This is their 3rd consecutive drive that they have that resulted in the points, and they can put themselves up by a full 6 points, pinning the extra point. But what better way to do it? To have you got a turnover on one, you kick yourself a field goal. Then you had a good stop on one, and then all of a sudden here you go, you get yourself in a situation now that you can actually put together a drive, abandon the hurry up offense, right? And it shows you just what they can do doing dink and dunks or dunk and dinks. It doesn't matter. It results in a touchdown.
James Humphreys with the extra point. It's up, and it is good. 13-7 the score. Gerald, what are you going to be doing on July 28th to 30th?
I think I might be hanging out with some people from the SFL.
The SFL convention's coming to Cincinnati, Ohio on July 28th to the 30th for a Season 21 kickoff weekend. For room reservation details and the weekend schedule, see the Convention Alerts channel in the SFL Discord server. Rooms are going fast, and some have already sold out. Reserve your special group rate today. We will see you there. Those of you that are watching the game live and can put it in the chat, let me know if you're going to the convention. I want to know who I'm going to be able to see this season. Met Guy Clausen in Vegas last year. That was fun. A whole bunch of people were down there. Who's going? Let's see, this is Jay Ballmer. I'll be there in a different hotel. That's cool. I almost always stay in a different hotel. You get too close to Cam, and questionable things happen. Guy's going to be back. That's good. Can't wait. It's going to be a good time, man. King Jackson back to throw. They're going to try the dink and dunk. But they did the dink, dunk, and bobble. That's not in the playbook. Pass is incomplete. They tried the hashtag throw it to the tight end, but Jasper Karp unable to haul it in. Axel Raven will be there.
The way Jesus Smith closed on that ball was crazy to be able to knock it loose to the tight end. Yeah, there's a ton of people that I want to meet, man. I hope a lot of guys from our squad will be able to make it. I'm not exactly sure who from our squad. I think our two-time Special Team Player of the Year said he might make an appearance.
There you go. Jackson up top. That's a 4-yard gain, so less than 5. That was a dink.
Yeah, that's a dink.
Nice.
The dinks are passes to the wide receiver.
Oh, okay. All right. The dunks are the swing routes.
Swing routes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And a handoff is just a handoff.
It's a run.
Yeah. There's no need to give that a fancy name. It's just a run.
I'm gonna break it down, all these terms we just using.
Yeah. I don't even know what we're even talking about. No. Jackson on 3rd down and 6 needs to move those chains, and he can't do it. Out of bounds. I don't know about that. We'll see if they challenge that one, Gerald.
Lunar had a foot in, right?
Well, I thought so. Let's see if the coach agrees.
Looking on the other monitor, yeah. It'll be close in real time. All right, we're gonna see.
We will find out as Ref 62 goes under the hood.
What a good throw.
On Forge throwing the flag.
What a good throw by Jackson, too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
He levitated slightly. It all depends on what Mr. 62 thinks.
Stephen Ford says yes. Go. Good stuff.
A successful challenge by Tacoma will net them a first down, which they really desperately needed, Gerald. They can't keep punting this ball away. Meanwhile, in Ottawa, Lexington 7, Ottawa 3, midway through the third quarter. 1-score game here in Albuquerque as well. Tacoma keeping the drive alive. I formation now in the backfield from the 42. Hands the ball off to Ben Jackson, met right at the line and goes nowhere. Jesus Smith celebrating, and he should be.
Mr. Smith, I like seeing Smith out there making plays. He's putting respect on my last name, I tell you.
Yeah,
that was a hell of a play right there by Jesus, coming right off the edge and tackling him for no gain.
And it's such a rare and uncommon last name. It's got to be difficult for you to find Smiths making plays on football field.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the Smith name just equals greatness, right? That's what you're saying.
I'm like, of course, absolutely, but that's only because you're within striking range of me. I don't want to get hit. Flag on the play. Offsides by Albuquerque, and free 5 yards. They'll accept that penalty as the run play went for less than 5. Evan Miller, the guilty party. It's just trying to jog around like, I don't think I did that. I don't really know what just happened. I'm just going to go blend in with the rest of the huddle.
Well, he's seen Jesus kind of come right off the edge and kind of, make a good play. He's like, man, I can do that same thing too. He tried to rush in there off the edge, but just jumped a little bit early.
Ball is handed off to Jackson. Room to run, and gets outside. Gets into Albuquerque territory. Keeps the drive alive once again. First down and 10 from the Albuquerque 42.
And what made that play possible, you're going to see it right here, the block on Jesus Smith by the fullback propelled Ben Jackson. Otherwise, we've been talking about a tackle for loss. And another, great kind of edge tackle right there by Jesus Smith. But the fullback just and Dwayne Will just wasn't having none of it.
5-step drop on first down and 10. Oh, well read by the defense. Ben Jackson gets laid out. No gain on the play. Couldn't see who got that tackle.
That's Mr. Smith.
I was going to say, was that Smith
Mr.
again?
Smith. That's what I'm saying. He's playing for a spot. He know he can get drafted. He's like, look, Smith's name man needs to live up to it. He's doing it tonight.
Oh, boy. I think that spice got to your head. Jackson hands it off to Jackson. Breaking tackles. Getting up to the 32-yard line. Yeah, I see him. There he is again.
Yeah.
Jesus Smith. Yeah.
Let that kid come across the field, come across to Jesus Smith having a gang tackle with Melodius Manning on the edge right there, trying to shut the runner down.
I'm not even going to ask you at the end of the game who the player of the game is. You'd be like, oh, none other than Jesus Smith. You're like, yeah, so if he earns it, he earns it. Jackson to Ben Jackson. Oh, met in the backfield and brought down for a loss. That puts an end to the drive. And Gerald at the 35-yard line. Paul Trent, the kicker for Tacoma. I'm not sure he's got the leg.
No, I don't think so, man. But I got to give credit to Trent Windsor on that one, right? The week 2 signing right up the middle. He fought off a block hard and was able to meet that running back in the backfield to prevent that first down and force his punt.
Punt away once again. Albuquerque's been coming for the block just about every time. Bounces down at the 10, rolls out of bounds at the 6. A great special teams play by Johnny Landers. And just like Plain Belief said in the chat quite some time ago, but I did see it. Smash the like button. Are you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is nobody else that gives you more football than this league. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLm action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership.
My God.
Great defensive play there. A loss of 1 brought down by Darko Young for a 1-yard loss.
Holy shit, dude.
Chaw.
I don't even do more than a chaw. Check his neck to make sure his throat's not all open because he laid him out. Hit him real high. Jeez.
Second and 11, hands it off to Slap.
Oh!
Slap breaks a
Look at
tackle,
Slap!
and there he goes. Passing the 20, passing the 30. One man to beat. Can he do it? He's got the angle. No. Tackled at the 46-yard line, but a huge play by Josh Slap. 84 yards on the day now. A 50-yard run there.
Oh, man, I thought Josh Slap. Watch him shed this first tackle right here. And it was like, oh, man, spun the guy around. He was gone. The blocking was great and everything else. And he had one guy to beat, and he just couldn't do it. Man, that could have been a 95-yard touchdown right there.
Almost.
So credit to Nano Matthews, the two-way player out of Queen City, to being able to stop him there. Otherwise, shoot, they would have took a 2-score lead.
Absolutely. Slap getting the ball right back.
Oh, no. Oh,
Still has energy. Spins and gains 6 on the play. Second down and 4.
Moxie Crawford dove at air. Slap is feeling good right now. He put the spin move. Poor Moxie Crawford tried to make a tackle and just caught nothing but air.
Switch Thumper says on that 50-yard run, dude ran through him like he literally didn't exist. He did. He's just kind of like, whatever. It's a guy. I'm just going to go through. Slap. Oh, the defense is able to get some payback on that one. As they wrap him up, they'll only spot it as a 3-yard loss. They give him forward progress, but tackled way in the backfield as we approach the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, the corner and safety was able to come right off the edge and be able to kind of put something in there, and they're able to stop and force us 3rd and medium-ish.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. 7-13. Albuquerque out in front and in possession of the football. Gerald Justin Reside says, you need to make the trip out to New Jersey and come try a famous Case's pork roll sandwich. I'm intrigued and terrified all at the same time.
I'll do it.
Let's go, man. We'll leave tomorrow. Patak going down the middle.
Oh!
Huge play. Caught by Sam Harrison. 135 yards now for Patak. First down and 10 at the 11.
Holy cow! Like the way Patak had kind of started out the game, and kind of doing hurry up, making bad decisions a little bit. But here he is, man. You got to huddle up and let him get to, a full-on play and not just winging it. And here he is, just throwing darts.
Fresh set of downs, minute 27 to go. Hands the ball off to Slap. Slap spins. Can't break past that first tackler this time. Spot him with a 5-yard gain. After gaining 4 yards somehow. Second down and 5 from the 7.
I know it didn't look like it was much, but I was pretty impressed with the blocking on that play. All the offensive linemen held their blocks on that play.
Slap. Gets more blocks. Gets into the end zone. Almost untouched. Touchdown, Albuquerque. They're piling on the points now. They were down 7-0 to start the game. Gerald, 19 unanswered, 20 with the extra point forthcoming.
And this run right here, you'll see during this replay here, is why a guy like Josh Slap is going to get drafted. Watch of him navigate through his blocks and actually going on the right side, allowing his teammates to be able to block the right guys, being patient, and finding the holes right where they are. And that's what he did on that play. Let his block set up and then followed those guys all the way to the end zone.
GP Wells says he's in Franklin Town by Rutgers University in Piscataway. All I'm hearing is next time Syracuse University plays in Rutgers, I got to go to an away game and connect up with GP Wells.
Next time, look, I need Tulane to come up and play some games because the Cotton Bowl champions, man, I know we smashed the orange.
So why is the wave green? Is it algae?
Yeah, man, have you ever seen the water down in the Gulf?
Well,
it's not. You can't call it a blue wave. The water's kind of green.
Well, isn't that just kind of gross, though? Like, I mean, they're basically advertising. We have nasty water.
Have you seen a green wave? It's pretty menacing. Even the logo.
Well, it's menacing because it's gross.
No, it's not.
No, it definitely is. 50, less than a minute to go here in the first half. Whatever. A wave of algae. I'm not. You don't swim in it, do you?
That's what I'm saying. It's pretty menacing. I swim in it.
I bet you probably did.
Swim in the bayous too.
Yeah, that's what happened to your hair. Don't hit me.
The bayou took it. I can't lie. Still love it though.
The bayou claimed my hair.
It'd be on one thing. The bayou claimed my hair. I had to go.
Another offsides penalty by Albuquerque. This one will be declined, but they'll at least get the clock stopped for free to get up to the about the 36-yard line. Get the call on the field.
Yeah, King Jackson was looking poised back there, too, even though the pocket was kind of collapsing around him.
GP Wells and Jalen Wells are out there. See? Get to go hang out with a couple of guys.
The orange.
What's wrong with the orange?
Like what? Are they the orange men?
Well, they used to be, but then apparently it was offensive, so now they're just fruit. Listen, I don't make the rules. They had the Saline Warrior was their mascot.
I'm sure Syracuse, New York grows very, very nice oranges.
Yeah, I mean, we're known for our oranges.
I know. I know.
I haven't seen an orange tree once in my entire life. Well, here.
Should be the Syracuse apples. I got apples up here.
Oh, there's apples everywhere. They grow oranges in Phoenix, I learned over the...
What?
Oh, yeah. What? There's a Lake Man Shuffle. Do you see it? He did the Lake Man Shuffle.
He did it.
Totally irrelevant, but yeah, he gains 3.
Yeah, I got him for 3 yards, though. They would get in there. And they nearly have identical stats. 135 for each quarterback. Each have a passing touchdown. Sadly for King Jackson, he has 1 interception on the day. But these quarterbacks are playing pretty darn good.
48 seconds to go in the first half. 4 wide receiver set. I think Everybody in the chat lives in New Jersey, I'm starting to gather. King Jackson, play action up top, gets the first down, gets out of bounds. That's just an efficient, methodical play right there. That was good.
Yeah, it was good. And look, and whenever he shuffled right to the right side, he made sure he stayed right off the hip and backside of his teammate. Throws a minor duck. Matt Wilson would not be impressed.
No.
By that duck. He had too much of a spiral to it.
Yeah, end over end. Basically needs to look like a bad punt.
Yeah.
That's, and not even a good punt, a bad punt.
I could just hear Matt say, "That's a perfect pass, Mike. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, that's how you make sure you get it to the guy. Only the receiver can catch it. Swings this one out. The dunk to Ben Jackson. Only good for a gain of 2. They'll burn their first time out at midfield, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and they need to put themselves in a situation to score some points here, even if it is somewhat of a field goal here. Right, there's only 38 seconds left. And they can, man, the very first drive on their third play, they actually was able to get some stuff going in there.
Yeah.
And they haven't done hardly anything. Albuquerque's kind of clamped down on defense the way to stop them.
Oh, really? The first drive was just the one big play. Otherwise,
Whoa!
They really didn't do much or anything. Well, 2 guys went for that ball.
I'm not sure who it was intended for.
I don't know, but
Rob Hunt pulled it down.
Yeah, he got the first down. That's all that really matters. They hurry back to the line as time ticketh away.
Oh, look at it
There you
again.
go, wide open. He caught that one, calling their second time out up at the 22-yard line. 22 seconds to go from the 22.
Hunt ran that deep route. I think the corner right there that I was covering thought something was coming a little bit shorter, and just kind of, dude, it was so weird. Let's see him kind of drop off where the other guys were, the defender. Because he was trying to cover the out route right there, but it just thought he was going to go there, but nope. Rob Hunt went right over the middle, quarterback, and King Jackson noticed it and threw a dart right to him, hit him in stride.
Axel Raven in the chat says, bread basket. That made me think about the bread basket we just ordered at the Indian place.
Oh, man, couldn't
That's
have better
so
bread.
good.
Yeah,
Garlic bread, onion bread. Anyhow, Jackson back to throw, has time, gets it up top, gets the completion.
Got out of bounds. He should have got out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he wanted to, but it didn't happen. They hurry back to the line. They still have 1 timeout.
Yeah, but he can still run that play here.
Jackson to throw, pressure on his way,
him.
goes end zone, touchdown, Tacoma. Perfect indeed.
And that was a perfect setup right there. I think that's why King Jackson said, hey, guys, let's run to the line. I like the matchup that we have there. And Gibson was right open on the edge for a second touchdown of the day to close it within 1 score. And this is what Tacoma needed before half, because Albuquerque is going to get the ball after halftime, I believe. So this was perfect drive by them. Look, I don't know if I could have asked for any other team to run, 38 seconds, well, only 34 seconds because there's 4 left, and being able to go down and score as efficient as they did.
Yeah, that was a very well thought out, well organized drive. Very methodical, efficient. They got it done. Gets the extra point as well. Cuts it back down to a 1-score game. And Gerald, it was starting to look like it wasn't out of hand, but it was like, okay, Tacoma scored on a big play on their opening drive. Didn't do anything since. Meanwhile, Albuquerque's done nothing but score, whether it be field goals or touchdowns. It was starting to look maybe a little bleak for Tacoma. Now they get in the end zone.
Yeah, and I like how, Coach Stefan Forge allowed King Jackson to manage that offense as soon as they started to get close, and allowed him to actually control the game and try and get his team in a position to score a touchdown. And he did. That decision to allow him, to King Jackson, to be able to control that offense and not call a timeout and say, hey, look, man, let's just take what we can get. And they went there and went for the touchdown, and King Jackson proves his coach right and allowing them to go down and score a touchdown.
14-20, your score at the half. We'll get the second half of action underway right away. Albuquerque starts off with the ball here in the second half. 14-20, your score. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith, Cameron Irvine, our producer. And that sums up the whole crew. Just the 3 of us.
Yeah, it's almost bare bones.
The 3 musketeers. We're not musketeers. What is a musketeer anyway?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
that's Three Musketeers, a movie. It can be a movie.
It is.
It can
It's
be a candy bar.
Yeah. Now I want some chocolate, but
I don't know.
Gosh.
I think it makes me think that we need to have to start our snowball stand and make it Three Musketeers.
Oh, I'd rather do that than real work.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'd probably gain another 50 pounds.
Well, I would eat most of our profits. I'd just be eating snowballs all day long. Hey, there's a football game going on. Patek gets it out
Whoa, look
to
at-
Slap with a nice run. He had a good first half. Don't have the stats right in front of us, but I'm sure we'll see them on the screen at some point. But, yeah, he had
Slap.
pretty good run. Remember the 50-yard run that
Dude,
helped.
Slap's taking it to another level.
Yeah.
Like the second quarter and into this beginning of his third quarter here. I mean, even off just a one play, he's just making it happen.
GP Wells says Jalen talked him into taking some vacation time to attend the convention. He's trying to get Zach Lay to go with him. Man, look at Slap continuing on where he left off, gets the first down up to midfield. So, yeah, going to be a lot of new people, it sounds like, at the convention. Looking forward to meeting them all.
Josh Slap's trying to say, I want a team, and I'm going to show up at a convention, too. Look at he's trying to make it happen. Yeah, dude, like, it'd be nice if this was one of, like, the bigger type conventions,
Yeah.
right? It being in Cincinnati, I think it's a really almost central-ish location. You know, for the Midwest Southern people too, I think it's a good location for that. Hopefully, we get a lot of guys that attend.
Out route down to the bottom. Max Campos gets the ball. Gets a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Very, very good start. Get some right past midfield into Tacoma territory. And look, and they've scored on their last 4 drives. First 2 being field goals,
Yep.
the last 2 being touchdowns. Tacoma's going to have to come up with something to stop these guys.
Yeah, well, these dinks and dunks. Telling you. Dinks, dunks, and 7 yards.
He had 2 dunks, one to the fullback, one to the running back if he wanted, but he decided to dink it over the middle.
Yeah,
right.
sets them up
to
with
the
a 3rd and
wide
1.
receiver.
Now they can dunk, they could dink, they could run. A plethora of options. What's the other word that you taught me?
Buku.
A buku of well, they don't even need any options. They get an automatic first down with that penalty. Gained about 5. We'll see what they decide to do with this call.
I decline it.
Take your stats. They accept just to spite you.
Yeah, but you got like 1 yard, man. Let your guy Slap have those yards. You picked it up. It's just 1 yard, right? You're not lacking.
Those
anything.
are stats that he can put on his resume.
Highlight
Gone.
films, because guess what happens? That play, even though he could have ran, for 6 yards on that one, could have been, something that make or breaks his draft position, and they just took it away. That won't be on the film reel because that play just didn't exist.
Deleted. Erased from existence.
Shame.
Josh Slap with 110 yards rushing. Also a rushing touchdown. 2nd down. And 8. Buku of penalties.
Buku.
Might happen, Justin Reside says. It's actually been a relatively flag-free game so far. I think we've seen 3 flags, 2 called on Albuquerque, 1 on Tacoma. Oh, Patak trying to throw as he runs, but the pressure got there first, brought down, got the ball away, so it'll be ruled incomplete. But Paul Vaughn with the hit.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that pass because Patak was he was running and he was in almost motion. He couldn't pull his hand all the way forward before he got hit, and the ball just kind of went to the turf. But this is 3rd and 8, and this is what Tacoma needed in a situation right here as Albuquerque, inches toward field goal range. They need to put themselves in get off the field right here, something they hadn't been able to do in the last 4 drives.
On the edge of it, Humphreys kicked a 48-yarder earlier on in the game, and this time this pass is well defended and incomplete. Nano Matthews gets in front of the ball, and interesting to see what they'll do here, Gerald. It would be about a 51-yarder.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to try the kick there, but that's Matthews is the one that kind of came through right on the end and kind of undercut it a little bit to be able to kill that drive, and they are going to try.
They're going to try. The 48-yarder was in this direction, so we'll see if he's able to kick this one through. This is how you get drafted as a kicker.
Wow, 51 yards.
Elijah Townsend on to hold. Good hold. The kick is on its way. It looks long enough, and it is no good.
Whoa,
wide right.
distance.
It had the distance, just not the accuracy. It's tough to kick one from that far, but that kick power is up there. It's pretty good. Let's see how much room he had. He had the room. There
Yeah,
wasn't
he had room.
a lot more room, but
I mean, I'm not gonna say the direction he was wide because we all saw it twice in real time and on replays because somebody gets a little bit sensitive to certain stuff.
Is this because I said the Bayou ate your hair?
That's exactly what it's for.
Unbelievable.
You asked for it.
Well, someone's being a little sensitive, I think, but. And, well, I guess there will be a buku of penalties as flags fly again.
Guy said it. Buku penalties of the same variety, might I add.
Yeah, they've all been the same penalty. Free play for Tacoma. But, hey, the defense did what they needed to do. They finally stopped the scoring drive by Albuquerque. Granted, it was close. And Albuquerque still had the ability to score, but just missed the kick. But they did the whole bend but don't break thing. Now they've got an opportunity to reclaim the lead on this drive.
Yeah, and this is here they are right there. I mean, they're close to midfield here now. I mean, they're at the look. They're at the 46-yard line.
Ben Jackson. Breaks past the initial line and gets past the next few all the way up to the 31-yard line. A great run by Ben Jackson.
Ben Jackson broke a tackle from a linebacker right there. From the 46 to the 31.
20 yards.
Let's do quick math.
20.
Sure it's 20?
I don't know, man. Doesn't matter. He ran it.
Yeah, I think it's 24 yards to be exact. But who's counting? Maybe 25.
No, 23.
19.
That's a buku of yards right there.
Yeah, buku.
Buku yards.
Quick math.
Yeah, can't go wrong
He
with that.
ran for yards.
This is why we desperately need statisticians on our crew. Gerald used to be a statistician, but, I don't know. Maybe the green wave knocked him out of doing math. I'm not sure what happened.
I got some sort of a promotion. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Cameron Irvine was lucky enough to give me a promotion.
He didn't give you the promotion. I gave you the promotion. He didn't do
Somebody
squat.
did. You did. Maybe he allowed it.
I don't ask him for promotion. I don't need nothing from Cameron Irvine. I hope he's listening to the other game. King Jackson under center. Quick pass down to the bottom. Gains 4 yards. I don't think he heard it, so we're good. 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, so that was a good kind of the dink right there, right? Gets him in field goal range. And look, and the way Ben Jackson's been running so far in this 3rd quarter, I think this is him right here. I'd have to give it to him.
3rd down and 2.
Or you can dunk it to him.
Hands it off to Ben Jackson. Gets the 1st down and more. Hit at the 15-yard line, and that's where he will be stopped, averaging 5 yards per carry. Why not hand it off to him?
Yeah, he needed 2. The guy picked up 8 and got his team in the red zone right here. So, and look, and it looks like it's almost like, hey, look, we had a good first play to drive. They went down, like first drive of the game, and then the last drive of the first half, and they put it up, and here they are having the ball right here on their first drive of the second half right here, and they're looking like they did on their 2 drives. Look,
play action, a Lake Man shuffle gets the pass complete. That's how you get the 1st down.
That had a whole lot of drama in it. Lake Man shuffle, and then he throws it out to his wide receiver. And and the linebacker had good position here, but it somehow made its way to Gibson.
Yeah, Windsor
Gibson for a minute there, man. I bet he's thinking if maybe threw a little bit earlier, I could have scored my 3rd touchdown on the day.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are, right inside the 5, and Gibson just raising his hand up, saying, "Man, you seen me? Took me out of the game. I did all this work, scored 2 touchdowns. They didn't want to give me a 3rd."
Guy Clausen trying to rename it the Jackson Shuffle. I don't think so, Guy. I don't think so. Ball handed off to Ben Jackson. Waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown, Tacoma. They got things tied back up.
What a turnaround by Tacoma. Their last 2 drives and being able to stop Albuquerque as well from scoring. And they go down on their first drive and be able to retake the lead. After we was looking, like you even just said earlier, that it was starting to look kind of bleak, that Albuquerque was kind of taking the game over. But here's Tacoma.
Yep.
They're not dead yet.
No. Got this all knotted back up, and with the extra point, Paul Trent up and through. Kick is good, 21-20. Tacoma reclaims the lead. Have you ever wanted to be a play-by-play or analyst broadcaster on a SFL live game? The SFL is looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the minor league season and ahead of season 21's kickoff in July. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. Return taken up to the 28-yard line, in Albuquerque now looking back up at the scoreboard, trailing once again.
Yeah, it seems like the most success they had was kind of, dinking and dunking and letting Josh Slapp do his thing out of the backfield, because he's kind of been on kind of somewhat of a good roll, running and catching the ball out of the backfield.
All this talk about Duncan has me wanting donuts. Patak gets it down the right sideline. Oh, I see where he was trying to go with that one. Thought he might be able to connect up with Harrison, but look at all the defenders in the area here. Triple coverage.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Harrison saw it right off the bat either, because he kind of the good thing where Patak threw the ball was where only his guy can get it. If his guy couldn't get it, then
nobody was going to.
Yeah, nowhere was going to. So that was a very good decision there.
Triple coverage, but a safe way to do so. 4 wide receiver set as Patak changes the play at the line. Goes up top, has his target wide open. Connects up with Max Campos, one of the backup tight ends. 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd and medium. I don't know if I think this is one of the bigger third downs for Albuquerque this game so far, right? Because they seem to have lost the momentum after having a 2-score lead.
Right.
And they haven't been able to do much with the ball as of late, so.
Oh, and look at that. Oh, man, I thought he had it. Josh Slapp did that spin move that's been paying off for him all night. Got a nice gain, but they mark him short, 4th and inches.
He did the spin move, man, and one of the defenders kind of came right in at the end, and King Bradshaw to kind of sway which side he was going to go on, because Ben Jackson, not Ben Jackson, Josh Slapp was looking like he was going to kind of get right across there until, Bradshaw came in and knocked him down.
Punt is away for Albuquerque. Lunar back at the 23. Runs forward, breaks some tackles, and fights his way up to the 32-yard line. A return of 9 on the punt. This summer, you can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at goretroid.com. Search SFL or go through the all-new league website at simulationfl.net. Retroid is the official console of the SFL. 7 on the line for Albuquerque, and Ben Jackson not able to break through it. Spot him with a gain of 1, averaging 4.7, 66 yards on the ground.
Yeah, Ben Jackson was able to get about as much as he can get right out of that right there, having such penetration come through right there and kind of redirect them in the backfield. Good for him for only, being able to pick up that 1 yard. It didn't like he had anything at all to start.
Jackson, once again, kind of bottled up there at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6.
He fought to get the 3 that he got. He was just hurdling guys on the ground right there until he finally got put down to the ground. But 3rd and medium-ish. Look, that didn't come out. Yeah, look, they're trying to spread out the defense a little bit while also keeping the fullback and running back in the backfield. See how they do this here.
No tight end on the field, though. All right.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
With a head of steam heading back the other way, all the way back to the 34-yard line. And that one's going to cost Tacoma, is Albuquerque in their in opponent territory to get the drive started. Melodious Manning with the pick.
Manning seemed like he was reading that and he was waiting. You can see in his moves how he was just sliding to the left. He was expecting that to happen. And just like everybody else, I don't think King Jackson even saw him back there lurking in that area. And when he threw it, he jumped all on top of it.
Josh Slap back and running, still fighting, 119 yards. Got a gain of 5 there, Gerald, but that was thanks to his moves and keeping those legs turning.
Yeah, keeping those legs turning, and that's where Albuquerque has been kind of, been doing really good on the ground right there, right? With Josh Slap and handling the ball, and look, and now they got themselves in the field goal range.
Humphreys missed his kick on the last drive going this direction. That one from 51-yard line. From 51 yards out. 3rd down and 3. The Slap is able to gain 2 on the play. See what they can do here. I mean, the yards that Slap is averaging, you can hand this one off.
Yeah. And I don't even know what they're going to do right here. I mean, they might. I mean, with the set they have, but they kind of have the defense kind of thinking right now, right? Are they going to pass or are they going to run?
And they are going to pass. Patak up top. Short pass to the tight end. Max Campos with the catch and moves the chains.
Campos coming out, running a little bit more than a dink right there, but it picks up the 1st down and actually inches them closer to right on the edge of the red zone right here, right? So if they can keep, something similar to, like that up for the rest of this drive, I think they could be looking at regaining the lead.
Attack, another short pass over the middle. And keeps those legs churning, gets it to the other tight end, Thomas LeClaire. Haven't seen much of him this ball game yet, but the red zone threat, 6'5", 220, gets them into the red zone down to the 11.
LeClaire gave a little bit of a shimmy right as he caught that ball and kind of evaded the linebacker there to pick up a really, really decent gain here.
Oh, and a free play.
Buku flag.
Buku
same
flags. Thing. Encroachment, that'll bring them all the way down to the 6-yard line. As Mark Grossman gets a little twitchy, jumps into the line of scrimmage and made contact. That's why that play was whistled dead before it even began.
He almost knocked the center over right there, jumping off so hard. I mean, Tacoma, it came out real good, and then he had that, the interception just a while ago, and now it's almost like the momentum just swapped back.
Patak pumps, fires, back of the end zone, tipped and incomplete.
Whoa.
Tigga Clay got his hands on it. 2nd and 5.
Tigga Clay knowing where to be, right? Him being in Minnesota, he knows how to play in the pros, but he's refining those skills here in the minors at the safety position. And I think it was a little bit too worried about keeping his feet in instead of trying to secure that ball first.
2 backs in the backfield on 2nd down. Attack under center, hands this one off. Slap, sidesteps, and wrapped up. Sonny Sky gets the tackle, 3rd down and 2.
And the way he kind of went through the line and came in there and he sidestepped one guy and then made himself skinny. I was getting nervous because he held that ball up so high trying to make himself skinny to get through the line, but he was able to bring it back down and secure the ball before getting tackled.
3 backs now in the backfield, and Slap gets the handoff, hit it to the line and can't get past it. Oh, I thought he had a head of steam and was going right into the end zone, Gerald, but Sonny Sky combines with Lucius Carver, and they get the stop, 4th down.
I think they saw the same thing he did. I don't know how they was able to stop him, but they did. And they're forcing a field goal to be the 4th field goal attempt from the kicker right here in Humphreys.
Humphreys lined up. We'll see if they get the snap off before the end of the quarter. They do. The kick is on its way, and it is good from 19. His 2nd field goal from 19 yards this game, Gerald, going this direction. With that kick, Albuquerque reclaims the lead. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books, 11 minutes remains here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect track for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Humphreys has the fourth quarter kickoff ready to go. Taken out of the end zone and returned up to the 25-yard line. Back and forth we go, Gerald. We've seen 3 lead changes now in this one, and Tacoma interested to get another one as they now trail by 2.
And Tacoma's actually had like a pretty large lead at one time, it seemed like, right? Like they was in total control.
Yeah.
And then he just stormed back, and then you know, Albuquerque just it's keeping up top there as well. Oh, geez.
Jackson dumps that one down. Jasper Karp gets the ball and then spins for his life and falls to the turf.
I'm looking at it, and I ain't gonna say the guy's name that made a tackle because we know who he is already in Albuquerque, but he laid that guy out. You know, number 52, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, he kind of comes in there, and that dude spun like that. He's like, I don't think so. You ain't doing that in front of us. Bam. And laid him out.
4 receivers and a tight end on the field for the Grizzlies. Deep down the left side. Lowy overthrew his target. Oh, man. Oh, he had him wide open. Gerald, he'd still be running.
Wide open.
That had touchdown written all over it, but Jackson just threw it a little too far.
Oh, man.
3rd down and 7.
Man, he had him open. He had Hunt wide open, and he should have threw the corner, but he threw like the post of the go route.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it there. Dang.
5 wide on 3rd down and 7. See what they can do here. Out route down to the bottom. Can he turn upfield? Oh, he can't even catch the ball. Bobbled around, and Damon Jones drops it. 3 and out, and a quick one at that.
Wow, what a weird set of 2 plays.
Yeah, disheartening.
One was like a misthrow, either one threw the right route or the wrong route, or the other, or the wide receiver ran the wrong route or the right route, and then your wide receiver, when he had a very high chance of picking up that 1st down had he caught that ball, just drops it and start this for 4th quarter. That's not how Tacoma wanted to start the 4th quarter for sure.
Johnny Landers punts this one away, and Albuquerque will take over at their own 39-yard line. Type attack back out onto the field for Albuquerque. 2-point lead, Gerald, but this puts them in interesting territory if they're able to go down the field and get a touchdown. That'll turn this into a 2-score ball game.
Yeah, and they got to look, and if they can do it, it'll put so much pressure on Tacoma, right? Because Tacoma, it seems like they're just so hot and cold. There's no in between.
Dunks this one down to Slap. Slap showing his moves, gets a gain of 8 up to their own 48, 2nd and 2.
Wow, it was like, man, if you look at those 2 defenders at him, they should have stopped him with only a 2 or 3 yard gain, but he turned it into 8 just by hitting that spin move on him.
I formation on 2nd down and 2. Looks like they're going to stick to Slap, Gerald, and I would not blame him there. He's been having quite a ball game. Slap takes the handoff, hit behind the line. Can he push forward? No, he pulled back. A great defensive play by Darko Young as he's able to not only hold Slap, but turn him around so he couldn't get past the line.
Right, and he was able to, if you'd have saw it right on the 2nd monitor, right when he had a little short replay there, Darko threw that. Once he realized where Slap was going, he threw it offensive lineman on him, maybe able to grab him.
Slap takes the handoff, gets the 1st down and more. Up to the 43-yard line, moves the chains, keeps that drive alive. Zach Huldorf in the chat says, is this Mike Daggs and Gerald on the call? I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know who those 2 guys are. But let's give Slap some credit right here on that run, because that run was designed to go to the outside. But you had Darko Young out there forcing that back inside, and it actually created a cutback. His own teammates created him a cutback lane for him to cut back in it and go right up the middle and be able to pick up the 1st down.
1st down and 10 as Patak changes the play. Meanwhile, Lexington, Ottawa game, 17-9. Lexington with the win. Pass over the middle is hauled in by Joe Idle. So The Lexington Miners, are the SFLm's lone unbeaten team heading into Week 4. Ottawa will fall to 0-3. All of their games, Gerald, have been lost by one score. It's always tough when you're that close and end up losing 3 in a row.
Yeah, and sometimes you take a look at yourself and like, hey man, what are we doing wrong? Sometimes you're just not doing anything wrong, right? You just have to keep battling through. Don't change up a whole lot, but just keep battling through, and those ones will come.
Slap as the handoff runs into Nano Matthews and loses a yard. 2nd down and 11. They're inside field goal range, but far field goal once again. So see what they can do. Can they get closer? Can they keep the drive going? We'll find out.
Well, I think they're actually doing what they need to do, right? As the fourth quarter is winding down with a 2-point lead, keep it safe. Feed your guy Slap coming, out the backfield, and just get yourself in a high percentage throw situation.
Short drop
Whoa.
by Patak. Gets the ball away complete, but Gerald, that cost them dearly. The receiver on the comeback came back way too far. Sam Harrison losing 6.
Man, the way Crenshaw played that wide receiver right there on that route, it's almost like he knew what was happening and what they wanted to do, and he bumped him and forced that guy to actually, run a short route and get him off his route, and they end up, having a loss of yardage there.
Third.
Look, and this is what Tacoma needs right here.
3rd and a buku of yards, says Justin Reside. I don't blame him. And there's a buku more. Remember how I said they were in field goal range? Not anymore. A negative play on offense and then a great play on defense as Mark Grossman able to get the sack. 4th and 23.
Man, when you got guys like Darko Young on there, right, creating so much havoc and, commanding a double team, it actually allows his teammates to be able to come in there and get those one-on-one matchups and make plays like that. And here they are. The offense is going to get the ball back with about 6.5 minutes left to potentially, go down and get some points on the board and take the lead.
Ball drops down at the 5, carried into the end zone. No, they'll spot it at the 3.
Wow.
Oh, I thought the special teamer ran it into the end zone, but no, a different guy grabbed it and stopped right at the 3-yard line. A great special teams play by Albuquerque. 97 yards to the end zone for Tacoma. Can they do it?
Terry Saunders grabbing that ball on that one says, y'all talk about drafting people. I may not be on the contract, but I'm playing for a contract right now.
I'll do it. We'll see. All right. Ben Jackson gets the handoff, met right at the line and brought down. They'll spot him with a gain of 1. But that's it. 2nd down and 9.
Yep, and they had a whole slew of people in there too, right? And who you had again? Jesus Smith in there also making the tackle. So I've been giving that dude way too many props. Hey, look, he's been making plays. He wasn't doing nothing. We'll be calling his name.
Absolutely.
Look who it is, making that tackle again.
Go ahead, take it. Take the call. I ain't even able to speak. You're doing great on play-by-play. So the mic is yours. No, you're good. I'm just gonna take a seat back over here. Let's see how you do on this play. The only thing he's gonna say is, "Oh, watch where Smith goes." Jackson back to throw over the middle, has the completion, gets them yards and some breathing room. Gerald out to the 22-yard line and a fresh set of down.
19 yards on a pass from King Jackson right there to Hunt, and he was able to hit him right on the route, right? Actually Hunt knew where to put his route, keep himself right in front of the safety in the corner there and be able to get the ball.
First down and 10 from the 22-yard line, I formation. Jackson under center, hands it off to Ben Jackson. Hit right at the line again. This Albuquerque defensive line, Gerald, they are getting it done with the run stop.
And the way that the linebackers are playing right up to the line right there, that's how you can get guys like Jesus Smith and Windsor and, and Quintana right there up the middle being able to, stuff the running back when they try to run up the middle like that.
Ben Jackson takes a handoff. Oh, met in the backfield.
Smokes.
That was worthy of a chaw moment right there. Moses Marksman's got a couple sacks on the day and a big tackle for a loss. right there.
He fought
Third
off
down 11.
He fought off the block, and now this is where you got to come in. King Jackson has got to find his guy. He's been finding, Rob Hunt a lot on these particular. Oh my God!
Doesn't even have a chance. Tim House brought the house, and down he goes. 4th and 14.
Holy smokes! Like he just hiked the ball, and he was on his back. Knocked him off his feet.
Sackburger once again from Guy Clausen. Johnny Landers on to punt once again for Tacoma. Albuquerque gets the ball back at the 44, brings it up to midfield, and about 20 yards away from safe field goal range, but they want more. They've got a 2-point lead, a 3-point score on this drive. Gerald basically just forces Tacoma to get a touchdown on their next possession. They get a touchdown, though, it might be too late for Tacoma to come back.
Yeah, well, what Tacoma has to do here, I mean, because if you're Tacoma, you know what's coming, right? I think you're going to see a lot of Josh Slap right here coming, so you just need to make sure you play that. There it is.
Slap right there, and they played it well. Moxie Crawford read that one like a book.
I seen Crawford right there doing what linebackers do, and that's how you get drafted, right? Being able to stay in your zone area, avoid the blocks, and be able to find that running lane that the offensive lineman create, and then hit that hole and meet the running back right in it, and that's what he did right there.
And a free play as Tacoma jumps off sides. The buku of penalties continues tonight, as we'll see the call. Slap getting it up about 5 yards, but I think they'll take the penalty and keep the down.
Yeah, I think it was Darko Young right there. Kind of jumped off, got a little bit early.
They do accept the penalty. Young, the guilty party. Plain belief in the chat says, my dude again. Going to have a little chat with himself after the game, I think.
Yeah.
Just go right into the mirror.
That's when I would just take off my helmet and just yell at it. You stupid,
Why can't you stay put?
At least that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, you're hard on yourself, though. 2nd down and 4. Ball handed off to Slap. Slap met at the line. Once again by Crawford. Gained about a yard. 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Crawford coming in right there again, right? He actually found the cutback lane right there, right? Because, when you're running, man, there's always a cutback lane. He found the cutback lane and shot the gap and was able to meet the guy, kind of right off the edge there before you can get his motor going. My
formation on 3rd down. Patak letting the clock tick down. Ball is handed off to Slap. Slap spins, fumbles, and recovered by Tacoma. Oh, the worst possible play for Albuquerque is the best possible situation for Tacoma. They reclaim possession of the football.
Oh, man. Guess who it is? The Minnesota two-way player coming in. Tigger Clay coming in there and knocking the ball out of Ben Slap right there. And his teammates were able to fall on it. This is huge for Tacoma.
Yeah, massive. I mean, they're able to once again prevent Albuquerque from scoring. They're only down by 2. A field goal wins it if they play this drive right. It all starts right here with this play.
And I can just see King Jackson out there when it happened, running around the sideline, scrambling for his helmet.
Jackson back to pass. Quick one over the middle. One out.
What happened?
Catch attempt ends up getting picked off, and they give it right back to Albuquerque. They had a great opportunity and threw it right into the hands of Alex Marshall.
Rob Hunt tried to one-hand it, and he got hit, and then it bounced right off of him after he got hit and right into the arms of the returning player and Alex Marshall. Oh, man, this is a turn of events right here.
Yeah, back and forth we go on the scoreboard. Back and forth we go on the field with possession of the football. Ty Patak back in control. They'll put it back into the hands of Slap. Fumbled on his last play, but they still trust him to get this done. So he runs forward for a gain of 2 to midfield. They'll probably let this one tick down to the 2-minute warning.
I think there should have been a penalty on that one right there. Sonny Sky got pushed in the back by one of the offensive linemen when he was pursuing the running back. I don't know how R62 and his friends missed that one.
They do indeed let it tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in Albuquerque. The Adams, they've got the lead. They've got the football. Their destiny is in their own hands. See what they can do in this one. 2nd down and 8. I formation on 2nd down. We'll probably see more handoffs to Slap as I am dismantling the booth accidentally. I was jamming, Gerald. I was just trying to jam out.
I thought I was got to get up and go flick the lights on and off so we have a strobe light party.
Could you do that?
Yeah, man. My mic reaches that.
There's no light switch in the booth.
What?
You heard me. There's no light switch in the booth.
Must be on a timer.
Maybe it's one of them motion sensor things. I don't know. Who knows? So I guess
this is very interesting. I don't know if I agree with Tacoma doing man coverage right here.
They're down and 9. They hand the ball off to Slap. Can he get through? No. He's brought down. Tacoma will burn their 2nd timeout. 1 remaining, and they'll get the ball back. They'll get one last opportunity, Gerald. They've got to do something with this next possession. If they don't, it's game over.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something. It's especially right here, and and also depends on where Albuquerque is going to make this punt and where they're going to kick it to as well, right? So if they are able to pin him inside the 5, that's going to make it extremely difficult.
Punt is away from the 39-yard line. Pennington lets it drop down to the 14, returned up to the 18. So all they've got to do is get down within field goal range and potentially kick the game winner. Paul Trent has kicked 3 extra points. No field goals yet in this one, Gerald. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We can always see something like the first or the third play from scrimmage.
Third play.
You know, where a deep pass to Gibson resulted in a big touchdown. So starting right off in the gun, King Jackson pumps, fires up top, gets 5 yards.
Oh, was it out of bounds? How did he not get out of bounds?
Magic.
That was a good route choice there. I thought he got out of bounds.
Yeah, Rob Hunt got the catch. Jackson down to the bottom, tipped and incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 1:28. Hey, don't leave the broadcast without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick-up games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survival pool. To just join our server, visit simulationfl.net. Click the Join Now button near the top of the page. The SFL community is 2,000 strong. We will see you there. King Jackson in the gun. 3rd down and 5. Checks it down behind the line of scrimmage. Ben Jackson jukes and is able to gain only a yard on the play. And with 4th down and 4, they've got to go for it.
Yeah, well, it was, I don't know, right there, man. He kind of, and I was surprised. Look, I thought I might have seen him going to hurry up, but they're like, hey, look, let's make sure we get this 4th down play right so we can get the actual play call that we want.
Jackson under center, 4 wide receiver set, 5-step drop, fires down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Albuquerque's going to win their first game of the season. They take over on downs.
Yeah, I thought he had Rob there, but the safety came in right at the last minute, and Alex Marshall and undercut it right there to be able to get him to get the notch out the first one of the season for the Adams.
Albuquerque with 54 seconds to go. A couple of kneel downs is all it will take. Tacoma with only 1 timeout. Albuquerque can run the clock out. So Type Tech gets it done, keeps the offense efficient, methodical. Josh Slap had a fantastic game other than the fumble, but the fumble ended up not mattering as Alex Marshall able to get the interception, get the ball back. On the defensive side, Jesus Smith, Mr. Smith, he was all over the field, Gerald, making plays left and right. Player of the game, who do you think?
I think for me, it's got to be. Look, I'm gonna say Mr. Smith, but I just know I'm gonna be outvoted.
I knew it.
And it's gonna probably end up being Josh Slapp with the game that he's had this game, right? The Albuquerque defense also should be able to be recognized as a whole because the way that they've actually, was able to kind of nearly shut down Tacoma. For after their first drive, Tacoma had 3 really good drives. They had the very first drive of the game, they had the last drive of the first half, and their first drive of the third quarter. Outside of that, they haven't had much success at all. Albuquerque kind of got themselves into the driver's seat, getting a 2-score lead, which they lost, but they was able to battle back and be able to get put themselves in a situation to win the game, and they did.
Miguel Swagero in the chat says, thank you for saying it was me. I'm assuming that must be the person behind Jesus Smith. You got a name like Miguel Swagero and you go with Smith. Nothing against your family name.
No, man.
But Swagero, that's so much cooler than Smith.
No, it's not. Nothing's cooler than Smith.
21-23, your final. I'm getting dirty looks here in the booth. Albuquerque gets the win, their first of the season. We'll roll through the final stats and highlights. A very even game in total yards. Albuquerque keeping it pretty efficient, about 50-50 run yards versus pass yards, Joe.
Yeah, I think it's got a whole lot to do right there, right, with the time of possession. And then, at Albuquerque being able to get those turnovers, right? Being able to get those timely turnovers and force their opponent into some mistakes there. So, and that's what it goes into. Look, and Albuquerque started off like, the Adams started off pretty slow, right? But having such an experienced, coach and Jason Williams in there and being able to, hold true, and the Adams know who they are, right? They're 3-time champs under this particular leadership, for nothing. So they know how to win ball games, and they don't panic. Even they started out the season 0-2, they come here get their first win, and and in my opinion, I think they might sit back and actually put the league on notice, right? Say Albuquerque is back, right? And for Tacoma, man, they just got to get themselves in a situation where, you gotta get yourself in a situation of better, stay calm and be able to play your game and not take too many chances, and they just weren't able to capitalize on the chances that they had with the turnovers and everything else.
Tacoma will fall to 1-2 on the season. Albuquerque improves to 1-2. Next up for Tacoma, they'll be at home hosting Madison next week. Albuquerque on the road. San Jose. Simulation FL action returns Friday, May 26th. We'll see more games. Josh Slapp is your player of the game. 28 attempts, 150 yards, a touchdown. Hey, 54 yards through the air, too. Over 200 all-purpose yards. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football Minor League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Albuquerque wins it 23-21 for Gerald Smith, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me in spirit. I'm Mike Tagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. Have a great night, everybody.